The following is for entertainment purposes only. We are not financial advisors. We are not responsible for any losses, only the profits.
What's happening, Octo family? We are going to take a look at some more gambling stocks. Why not? I think it's a good time to get into them. Gambling stock, casino, sports, or the spine of them all. Harpinner Singh said, "Hey, HOYU and DOYU, HOYU merging in coming weeks. Online gaming platforms in China owned by Tencent." Your thoughts of these two? You heard of that? DOYU and HOYU? Heard of them? What do they do? HOYU is the #1 game live streaming platform in China. Huge. They even have these monster events where people come and spectate and watch people play the games. And they fill stadiums. I think it's pretty cool. Company profile, their #1 live streaming platform in China. We have the largest and most active game live streaming community in the terms of MAUs and average daily time spent on mobile app per mobile active user in the fourth quarter of 2017 and 2018, and the largest number of active broadcasters in 2017 and 2018, according to a report by Frost & Sullivan, which is commissioned by us, so they paid them to do it. As a pioneer and market leader, we are well positioned to expand further in the rapidly growing game live streaming market in China. We cooperate with esports. So that's interesting to me. Esports, that brand, I don't know. So there's football, American football stuff on there? Or, I don't know. Does anyone know? Put it in the comments. Event organizers, as well as major game developers and publishers, and have developed esports live streaming as one of the most popular content genres on our platform. Building on our successful in-live game streaming, we have also extended our content to other entertainment genres such as talent shows. It's kind of funny. Anime and outdoor activities. Very interesting. So you go to their site. It reminded me of, y'all ever been to E-Bombs World back in the day? Or, man, I can't even remember some of the other ones, but like mobile gaming sites. I haven't been to any of those sites in a long time. Is E-Bombs World still a thing? Has anyone else been on there? Let me know. You go to their site and they got like these videos playing. I'm not even going to act like I can read any of it. It's cool in your face. I think it sits right at home with the audience. I think it's good. You know, I was trying to click around. I didn't know what I was doing. And there's like these videos that come up and, you know, people can sit there and comment. So you've got all these people interacting with the content on there, even the video stuff. And it was like overlaying as they were commenting and stuff. Anime, esports, they even got ping pong. So who is DOYU? Who's DOYU? Boo Boo? DOYU Boo Boo. Who's DOYU Boo Boo? The other one? I can't tell the difference. They look exactly the same. They feel exactly the same. I didn't have time to look up, you know, who owns each of them, and if they are just the same company, they're just running like two companies parallel with each other. A lot of companies end up doing that. Start one umbrella and then branch off and pretty much spiders below it. Regardless, they're both big, huge online gaming things for the Asian market. The last earning totally ripped, did awesome. Second quarter 2020 highlights, total net revenues for the record quarter of 2020 increased by 34.2%. Want to put a price tag on it? How about 381.8 million last quarter USD? Net income attributable to HOYU was 32.1 million for the second quarter of 2020, representing an increase of 86.2% from the same period of last year. Average mobile MAUs of HOYU Live is the second quarter 2020 reaching 75.6 million, representing an increase of 35.2% from 55.9 million in the second quarter. Total number of paying users is the second largest quarter 2020 reached 6.2 million, representing an increase of 26.5% from 4.9 million in the second quarter. Massive numbers, massive growth. If y'all are new to my channel, I'm big on companies that can be profitable out the gate. Stuff like mobile platformy gaming stuff. It's so easy so easy to get them big and profitable, because once you have the product, you can have other people bring the products in. It's just live. You don't got to grease it. You don't got to change the oil. You don't got to schedule stuff. It's on autopilot. Tencent owns 36.9%. So this is like a big company, like let's call it like a big shell company, Tencent, right? They own 36.9% of HUYA, and then they also own 38% of DouYu, and they want them to merge. Since Tencent became our largest shareholder, our cooperation has depended in many aspects. For example, HOYU's live streaming content is now available in an increasing number of Tencent's games and products, tapping into an expanded pool of viewers. We are in the Tencent's games and attract more broadcasters. We're all rolling out the cooperation in various dimensions related to esports tournaments. So I got the tournaments thing. Additionally, we continue to diversify and enrich our product offering in the second quarter. So who's the Tencent? Is a Chinese multinational technology conglomerate holding company founded in 1998. Its subsidiaries globally market various internet-related services and products, including entertainment, artificial intelligence, AI, and other technologies. So this is a big, broad technology, mobile gaming, AI company, Tencent, kind of cool company on its own, right? They own chunks in the other ones, and they're saying, hey, let's just combine everything. They also own 40% of Epic Games. Y'all heard of Epic Games? Epic Games are the ones who make, I don't know if they made it, but they're the ones who own Fortnite. I tried playing Fortnite a couple times. I couldn't figure it out or figure out what to do. But anyone out there playing Fortnite? Fortnite is massive. I don't see it going anywhere. Big company that's probably going to stick around. People are hooked onto it. Guess who owns a big old chunkies of them? The HOYU? HOYU? Y'all know who that is? Mrs. ARK Investment herself, Kathy Woods. 17th biggest holdings in the ARK W ETF. Unbelievable. So, to play this, you could even just invest. The safest way to do it is just buy this ETF. This is a totally sweet ETF. I have a whole video on ARK Investment. Take a look at that if you want more information on this chick and what she does and all that. Pretty cool. So yeah, you can buy Tencent too. Check out this. They got their own ticker. It's TCEHY for me in the United States. How does this chart look? It looks like it's at the top and it's coming down a little bit. I don't like the chart. I don't like investing in companies I like companies that are totally growing, but as far as entries and stuff, I like I like buying stuff when it's not that cool. So like some bad news would have to come out for me for Tencent for me to buy it just looking at this chart alone. I'd like to get around 64 cents. So I might not ever get in it. Sweet company though. I'm sure they're going to continue to do awesome. Fortnite and all that. Tencent special situation catalyst drives high yield arbitrage. Here's an article from Seeking Alpha. This guy is talking about before the merger. He's got a play. He's got an options play for y'all. If you want to take a look at it, come here, click on it. It describes it more. But he's basically saying if you buy DouYu, you're going to get more leverage on everything. You got only a 15.2% downside risk, but an opportunity for 54.66 annualized yield rate. So this is a pretty sweet play that this dude's got. The deal by major activist shareholder Tencent awaits shareholders and regulatory approvals though. No problems are expected with these, but this is something to be aware of. They're not 100% merged yet. Right? They should be able to merge, but you never know. Stuff can definitely fall apart. If it does, I'm sure all the stocks of all three of these are not do very well. If you know anything about mergers, though, there's guys and gals who just buy companies before they merge. Right when merger news comes out, they just buy a little bit of this, a little bit of that. and just wait for the merge. Maybe wait 6 months or 2 years, and they've got good returns. People that just play it like that. Anyone play stocks just by doing that? Let me know in the comments. This guy says, I provide highlights of the deal along with the strategy to generate high yield, low risk, far greater than the 6.24% arbitrage spread available to buyers of DOYU. Immediately after the merger, Tencent will control approximately 67.5% of the voting stock in the new company. So in other words, after the U's come together, Tencent will now own 67.5% totally of all of it. Immediately upon the merger, Tencent has agreed to contribute its Penguin Esports business into the merged company and deepen its cooperation to integrate this business into the new streaming company. Tencent will receive $500 million for this contribution. The deal provides DOYU ADR holders to receive 0.73 shares of HOYU for each current ADR unit. DOYU also plans to issue a cash dividend at or near the time of closing of approximately 19 cents a share. The deal is expected to close in the first half of 2021. Keep in mind of that too. So right away, when most folks hear this second line here where DOYU is like, you're going to get a dividend of 19 cents for every share you have, most people are probably going to be like, I want that one. Not me. I saw that, I'm like, don't want that one. It goes deeper than the face value of it for me. But the other deal is dealing with the tax purposes things. You're gonna have to show this as income for dividends. Just another piece of paper to fill out, right? I don't know. That's the one I'm not gonna buy. I'll buy the other one, right? You can buy any of them though. You can buy all three. But here's the chart of DOYU. It looks okay. Yeah, it looks a little high though, right? For my entries, if y'all know me, I like to get stuff when it's just beat up, right? It's down to 7 or something. Look a lot sweeter. You know, all-time highs for this, $17. Let's call it 80 cents. It's down to $15. You know, you probably got a decent entry. Still, I'm sure if you got into this or any of these and held for a year or two, you'd probably be totally fine. Gaming market, online gaming market is gonna keep going up, especially when you're dealing with the biggest dogs in the room. How about a potential moon catalyst that might boost all these even before the merger early this coming year? The third quarter 2020 earnings conference call for HOYU is going to be on the 11th of this month. So we got like a week. So in 1 week, we're going to have another earnings call. And guess what? I'm sure it's going to be awesome. Because what have people been doing lately? Staying at home, sitting in front of monitors, phones. I'm sure it's going to be good. So what does that mean? All of them should go up. It doesn't technically mean it in this market. I might have noticed, I think it's like 50% of the time if good earnings come out, 50% of the time it'll go up and 50% of the time stuff just goes down because people are buying before the run up. So pay attention to it. If it starts running like a couple days before real hard, you might want to just pull the day before. Which one do I like? I like the HOYU. HUYA. Why? The chart. And I don't have to deal with the dividend. You know, I like the other one, if you know, the Tencent, if you can get to that because you got all the other exposure, but you're kind of still getting that even with whichever one you get. So I don't want to worry about think about the dividend. I'm sure people always are adding that value of the dividend into their buying, and that's why this other chart, it still looks a little bit top heavy compared to its brother or sister HOYU, right? This one has been $30 in less than a year ago, and it's at 22. You know, and this one's only down $2. This one has actually been all the way to 50. I don't know if there's been share dilution since then, I'm sure, but I don't know. It doesn't necessarily look like that waterfalls from it. I don't know anything about the past, anything bad has happened here. Can anyone name what happened maybe June of 2019 to make this just start waterfalling down? I think it'd be good for all of us to figure that out. Didn't get that far yet, but this one I like. And you've also got this massive bear out of honey line. This is volume down here. If you haven't seen my charting video, go take a look at it. I show you exactly what all this stuff means here. But when you get these massive red candles down here. This is volume. This is showing that the bears are done trying to short this. They are exhausted. They are out of honey. They are headed back to the hibernation pad and going away, which means stock's going up, ready to go up. We're going to move on now. Golden Matrix, GMGI. Mr. Dan Blankenship, he wrote, said, hey, you want to take a look at GMGI too? I did, real quick. Golden Matrix Group, y'all know anything about them? Checked their website. It said, you can bet on us. Golden Matrix Group is the leading provider of turnkey and white label gaming platforms, esports technology, and gaming content. So this is kind of like a backdoor approach. Like you could invest in this and make money in probably all sorts of gambling tickers. So this is kind of cool. Massive, 3 million users, 430 operators, 30 partners, over 10,000 games. It's huge. What's the deal? The chart is crazy. That's the problem right now. Massive. I mean, it should be for what it is. I mean, it's like cool. White label. White label means you make something, you put someone else's brand on it, and you sell it as your own flavor of Slurpee, right? But dude, back in April of this year, this thing was 51 cents. Now it's $5.79. All-time high was $7.50. It's definitely consolidated. You know, if you're super long on this, this might be a decent entry because it's been really consolidating here for quite a while. You know, about the 575. But again, you know, I'd rather wait until some sort of real bad news comes out and then buy it. It's just too high a run. There's too much risk when I can. There's so many other players out there. There's so many other stocks to buy. More news. How about Intel chips are getting removed from Apple products? Just want y'all to be aware of this. I don't really talk about Apple too much. We're not too much into the big companies like that because they've already run. But it's just something to pay attention to. I also wanted to show you this line for Intel. Right? So we basically got this, let's call it an invisible fake floor that's just happening around 42.75. This stock has not wanted to go below that for years. You can see how many times it's tagged it. And we almost hit it the other day. Just as a charting look, right? This looks like it might be a decent time to buy it. And then you've also got, see right here, bears out of honey, super long red. Long red here too. It's probably a decent time to buy it if you're long Intel. Here's the deal though. Intel should technically go down because of this news. Because Apple is starting to make their own processors again. In the past, they have not done very well with it. Apple has not. So then they go back to Intel and they're like, I know we burned that bridge, but you know, you want to sell like 10 million more of those chips next year? Let's become friends again. They're like, okay, let's become best friends. We became best friends again. So they're always happy to welcome them back with open arms, but technically Intel should go down because the new Apple laptop ain't going to be using them anymore. Something to watch. This is not my space, you know, but just from a charting perspective, it looks like the timing's about right to get in, but this does kind of scare me. What I would wait for if I was going to play this somehow, I would wait till these Apple products come out and wait till the bench test results, the speed results, all that come out for Apple's chips. If they come out and the news is bad, and they basically say, the test results say Intel's are still way better, Intel should moon up because that means Apple's probably going to end up going back to Intel again. If the test results come out to Apple processors and the test benchmarks all show that Apple's new processor is way better than Intel, wait, because Intel's probably going to bleed out even more. It could just break this line, right? So I'd wait and just listen, keep your ear to the street for that Apple news on the test results. How about GAN, G-A-N, EJ508? He said, hey, love the gaming stocks. I'm an LCA DMIT for long haul. Can you take a look at GAN? I believe it's the back end of all these iGaming apps. Was told to think of it as Shopify for iGaming apps. Sweet. It should be a $40 stock, but it's been trending around down 28 to 14 since they announced FanDuel will no longer be a client in August. is what they do too complicated for, yeah, so it's a little bit too complicated. Can't figure it out. Basically, that's the bad news, right? They lost a big client, and so people just sold off. Number one online gaming platform in America, providing turnkey online casino and sports wagering solutions, sports wagering, online casino, social gaming, marketing services, regulatory and operational support. Seamless integration. They've got even back-end servers. So like say we want to start our own online gaming company. We would just hook up with these guys, be like, host everything, give us the logo, give us the website, bridge it all together, white label it, put our brand on it. We want to sell it. And they say, okay, yeah, we got it all. And they just charge a royalty for it, I'm sure. Maybe some upfront to get it all set up. This is like the one we were just talking about up here. But it's another one, right? So what's up with the chart? I like this chart a lot better. You see why? Just like he was saying, there was some bad news, sold off. That bad news is not crazy. They lost one person. I don't know much else about this company other than I think I like the play, though, the middleman companies, because you're making money on all of them, right? And I really like the chart. When you ever get these upside down V's, it's almost looking like an A, big old capital A, big old long A, right? And then it's confirmed, double, triple tapped a number like 1384 here, and it's rejected and starting to head up. These are the times you look to buy. I just read candle back here. Haven't seen a confirmation big bear out of honey yet here, so they could still be trying to short this out. Watch it though, and I would look for more contracts. Keep your ear to the street about them too. If they get those people again, I'm sure it'll zip back up to $30. But this is basically exactly half off right now. That's when I'll look at big companies like this that have already mooned if they're about half off. This one's about half off. Decent time to get positions, I think. I also love these gambling stocks. Feek, got videos on them. FEAC. It's like an American version, I think, of those first Chinese ones we're talking about. LCA, this Golden Nugget, y'all on that one? Talked about that. Plenty of videos. Check them out if you haven't seen that. And DMYT, same thing. It's kind of like LCA, But again, you can probably get one of those middleman plays. There's all sorts of ways to play this. If you want to be super safe, you can just invest in ARK. It's Kathy Wood. But you could. Feek's probably the safest out of all of the single ones out there. Feek. It's more on the gaming side. It's American. You can always run into problems, but pay attention to the political drama with that too, because there could still be political drama with the Chinese stocks. Just pay attention to that. Here's another chart. I've been talking about a lot of SPACs that have been beat up, and everyone's like, I'm out. It's time to look to buy, man. For instance, LCA. Look. So it's like almost half off. Remember the big A I was talking about? Big old upside down V? I was talking about all these for a long time, but this hit down to 1137. And it's double, triple tap this line here. It's probably heading back up, and look what's happening. It's heading back up. Just another one to pay attention to. Look up. They're all probably pretty solid plays, but here's another one. How about Helion? Same thing. Keep bringing this up. Upside down V, big A. Get to know this pattern here. Someday we're probably gonna look back a year from now and look at this chart and be like, oh my gosh, can you imagine if you bought at 20? Highland could be to 100, in 2 years or something. Who knows? Get a deal with a bunch more trucking companies, or who knows, Amazon. They're the only ones, from what my subscribers have taught me is they might be the only one that can really push the numbers that they've got. 1,000 miles or something. Dang. So who's been buying these dips though, right? Because we've been getting these dips. Who's been buying the dips? A sign of caution. Corporate insiders who tend to buy the dip are absent in the latest equity rout. Uh-oh. What's going on here? This black line here. This is insiders buy-sell ratio. This is the corporate. Let's call them the corporate, right? The S&P 500. This is what's happening with the S&P 500. So if the corporate people, this is March right here. When did corporate buy? They bought in March. bought in March. That very dip in March, that was them. Bam, that made everything rocket up. How about since then? Corporate hasn't bought anything. Barely. You know, June, March, April, mid-April they bought a little bit, then nothing. And then maybe a little bit right beginning of September. Remember we were talking about September 2nd yesterday? Did y'all see that video? It was yesterday, the day before, I can't even remember. September 2nd, how crucial that time period was. That was their last buy. And now look, it's gone down. So why has the S&P gone back up? If it wasn't corporate, the corporate are the puppeteers up here. This red is the puppets. Just pay attention to this. You know, we could be still waiting for that rug pull out. And I'm sure that's what they're thinking. Like, we're still waiting until at least the election's done, and then we're still going to wait. They could all call each other the same day, be like, all right, let's pull the rug. 3, 2. Just pay attention to this. Still protect yourself. You know, still keep some hedges. Pay attention to this. You know, look up graphs like this and pay attention to insider buying. Who's buying? Like we were talking about yesterday and the day before, videos where I was showing who's buying these specs. Not many people right now. Did I miss your favorite gambling stock? Let me know in the comments. I'm sure there's a couple we just don't even talk about. Which ones are you already in or looking to get in? I think we've got a lot of options here, a lot of cool plays. Any other plays you want me to take a look at or any total different directions I'm missing? What do you think is going to happen tomorrow? Are we going to ever find anything out? Maybe tonight? Oh, U.S. election time. What do you think? If you want to help out the channel, please subscribe. We'll get you the notifications right when these hit. We try to get information out faster than anybody. We've also got a Patreon where I sometimes slide you stuff. And please help share this video and put it around to your friends and any other websites you're on. If you haven't subscribed, please do it. It definitely helps out the channel. We also got a Patreon. It definitely helps out. Y'all take care. That helps out too. All right, y'all. It was nice having...
Did you know that we give away free silver? Simply leave a comment on the video, and as long as you're in the continental United States, you can be automatically entered to win. Please friend us on Twitter and StockTwits.